Hello and welcome to this edition of Africa, the show that celebrates everything African and creative. In this edition, we're going to be speaking to a Rumba outfit all the way from DRC, Congo, that is based right here in Zimbabwe. And then we're going to head on over to a local fashion designer who's come back home all the way from Atlanta to ply her trade right here in the country. And to close off the show, we've got a female photographer. I hope you'll stay tuned throughout this entire segment.
Africa searches for inspiration and innovation in all areas of popular culture, from fashion and design through to architecture, art, food, and travel.
In this first segment, we're going to be joined by the Rumba outfit that is Zimbabwe-based Bana Des Arts International. Get your dancing shoes on. Let's go.
Yeah, we are Bana Des Arts International. We are from Congo, DRC, but here we are mixed with some few Zimbabweans. We have been playing in Congo, but they were gathering, meeting with some other members, the former members in Zambia. Some came from Angola, some from Congo, some were in Zambia, then they met. They formed the band, but unfortunately most of them, all of them are no longer around, so we are now leading the band. As we focus in Rumba music, meaning fast Rumba, slow Rumba, so that is the main music in Congo DRC. Yeah. Why make us to love this country? Because they receive us properly, they welcome us properly, and besides that, it's a very lovely country. People are kind, people are very gentle, genuine, so that's why we are still here doing our work. Yeah, what I can say, we have been playing almost all over. We gathered with some guys came from Diamond Musica, some New Stars Musica, some have Real Sound of Africa, but now we make it as Bana Des Arts International. We play all over around Zimbabwe, but here in Harare we are based here in Zim Cafe. We play here every Friday. And we go around someone if you want us, maybe for wedding, maybe for any type of party, we do play. Sometimes it's not easy, but we have to keep pushing. Some accept it freely, accept us freely. Some also they doubt. But what is matter, I think, if you do your nice work, you do your good job, people like or not, one day they'll say, no, this is good. So that's what we are up to. Like right now, we have a new album called Yamusa Mwana. It's got 8 titles. I think from today already, it will be on YouTube. Yamusa Mwana Mwana Akure. So people are welcoming it properly. Wherever we're playing, they're asking for it, they are accommodating it, they are liking it. So to us, it's a pleasure. We like that. We love that. Yes, we have our manager, she's called Rudoni Angodi. She is a Zimbabwean. We have a dancing queen called Tandi Freda Moyo. She is a Zimbabwean too. So we have 2 Zimbabwean members in the band. We have performed in Zambia, Malawi, Mozambique. Now we are about to prepare to go to Botswana. So, and then the rest of the time we'll be here in Zimbabwe. We are based in Zimbabwe. But we do go around and we are willing to go further, far away like overseas. We are still in process for arranging. So far the band has got 3 albums. There's Keeper Gun, there's Degree Matinda, then this one Yamusa Mwana Kure. What I can advise the upcoming artists or the young guys coming to join Rumba or who are willing to play Rumba, first they must have passion, they have to be patient, they have to be having the attitude for hard working, they have to work as a team, because one finger cannot clean the whole face. If you are united, you work as a team, you come up with something which will be good. That's what I can say. As a foreign people here in this country, we face challenges. First, we're supposed to to register the band in Zimbabwe Art Council. We thank God because we managed to do it, but it was a bit hard according to papers, but God helped us. We found our papers, we've been registered there, so everything is okay. And sometimes, you know, when we are here, we play as a team. We face challenges in terms like we don't have, sometimes the spirit will be differs. It can happen. You see, like in a house, you see all the children don't have the same heart, the same way for thinking. But still, he is a leader, he has work as a team. We still deal about it. And besides that, again, in the band, we have to face mostly because we don't have a PS system. We do hire, so it's a challenge. Sometimes when we want to go somewhere far away, you don't have enough transport to go. You don't have instrument. It disturbs us. And then we don't have the promoter. We don't have the sponsors. You know, we can record music. We source the money ourselves. Record the music, pay the studio, pay for the video shooting, put them on the media. It costs a lot. It's a lot of money. So we ask to God to grant us some promoters or some company to sponsor us so that our music can be expanded everywhere, all over. Those are the big challenges we're facing. Instruments, transport, and finance. Yeah. Zimbabwe and DRC, first I can say, to me it's one. We are one. He is a human being, he is African, we are one. In terms of music, in DRC, Rumba music is the main music in DRC. All the corners go, people they focus more in Rumba. And when you are in your country, some of the things you're a bit, what can I say, you are okay. You can manage to see people, to enter some offices to get help, and the support will be also more compared to this side. Here, yes, people they like our music, but some of the people they're a bit new in our music. So we still have to advertise more. We still have to promote more our music, the media, the radios, television, all over, so that people get to know us more. That is what I can say.
I hope your love for Rumba was ignited in that segment. Now we're going to be joined in the second segment by a lady enthusiast. She's a fashion enthusiast right there. So for my fashionistas, stay tuned.
Africa searches for inspiration and innovation in all areas of popular culture, from fashion and design through to architecture, art, food, and travel. The focus is on outstanding individuals doing extraordinary things on the African continent. Africa searches for inspiration and innovation in all areas of popular culture, from fashion and design through to architecture, art, food, and travel. The focus is on outstanding individuals doing extraordinary things on the African continent.
Welcome to the second segment of Africa, where now we're taking you down the fashion road with the fashion designer, local fashion designer, Charmaine Nzirazemuka.
My name is Charmaine Nzirazemuka and I'm a fashion designer. I studied in Atlanta for about 4 years. And so my line of work is a bit more creative, and that's where I decided I wanted to study fashion at the age of 13 in high school. And then after that, I was like, oh, let's push it up a notch and let's actually put it up to tertiary education. So after graduation, I've just been designing a little bit more on the creative side, as well as mixing it a little bit with the commercial side as well, where people can actually wear the clothes. Because I often get that question a lot, Kuti. But then how do we wear your clothes? Yeah.
I can imagine. As a designer, where does your inspiration come from?
So my inspiration comes from anything and anywhere. So it could be down from nature, the Bible. It could be from magazines sometimes. Anything that's around me. It could be from pots, or just the living surroundings that are just next to me. I've been designing for about almost 15 years, but I guess 5 years out of school. So the first show that we participated in this year was Sustainable Fate by Minister of White Linen, the Harare one. And then the second one we did with Herod Lifestyle. And then the third one we did also with Norway, where we actually got to showcase in Norway. It was a Strict fashion show. So our upcoming fashion show is going to be at T10 in September, from the 21st of September to the 29th of September. So if anyone wants to come around, they can come and see us at the show and see our new lineup of work.
The international fashion houses have a spring, a summer, and autumn winter collections. Now, do the same precepts also apply for the Zim market?
They do, but it's just going to be a lot of work that needs to be done. But I think it is coming together, and we are starting to see that.
And how feasible is it for you if you start to actually embrace that in your fashion journey?
It is feasible, but one thing is we would just encourage the local market to also partake in the local designers, what the local designers are doing. Yes, we know we do have to produce things that are high quality, that will compete with international markets as well. Because at the end of the day, we also want to be local, but also expand our or the garments globally and internationally as well, to become a renowned fashion brand that is not just Zimbabwean based, but global as well.
How has been the uptake of your designs by the local market, and what are the challenges that you have faced?
Now with the local market, it's been hard for them to perceive the creative side, because it's either I've had comments like nezvezvigure, or I just kunyatsoshenzwisisa kuti ndezvezviko izvi. So it's also now coming down to toning it down, kuti maybe let me make things that people are a bit aware of, zvavanokwanisa kupfeka, and things that they actually can relate themselves in. So it's just finding that balance as well as a designer as well. So I guess those are the challenges. And then the price point also becomes a challenge, where some people are willing to pay more for the international brands. But when it comes down to the local market, it's either they want us to cheapen it.
Oh, so that's the difference basically between wearable art and fashion, and that's the challenge that you're definitely facing there.
Yes.
Your role model in the fashion industry, who is your role model and why?
Well, I would like to say my role model is, okay, I do have multiple designers that I look up to. It does also, again, come to international and local brands. One of my favorites is David Tlale, House of Stone, and Tebe Magugu as well. He's doing very well. And then on the international market, I do like to look at Ralph Simmons, or the back, way back then, Alexandra McQueen.
Oh, yes. Alexander McQueen is definitely out there, and I can see the inspiration as well in your designs. What does the future hold for the Zim fashion industry from your point of view?
I believe that there is still hope because there was an industry before that was thriving back then, and I believe now it is a positive time where we're coming back to lighten things up, especially if you're coming from an international school, then you come home, people get to sort of see it, but it's just being supported. And now there are fashion councils, like Fashion Council of Zimbabwe. There is the Huno Council as well. So those are platforms that one or a young designer can partake in and see a future then. And then I guess it's looking for opportunities through social media and finding those platforms.
What advice would you give aspiring designers and those already in the industry?
I would say believe in yourself. It can get tough. The journey is quite rough, but just continue to believe in yourself, keep going, and you'll find it and you'll get there.
That was the conversation with Charmaine Ziradzemuka, our fashion designer locally based right here. Now, in the final segment, we'll be joined by a female photographer. Stay tuned.
My name is Nyasha Gurure. I am a multi-award winning photographer. I mainly focus on African art, showing the African photography. So I'm more into showing that African Zimbabwean side of photography. That's my type of art. It just started. A lot of people, they just like they would point out to my work with my gender. Like when they talk about my work, they would say, "Ah, but do you know that she's female?" So I ended up saying, "Oh, okay, the female photographer." It started as a disadvantage because a few people are still embracing our culture. A lot of people now, they are focusing on more of actually taking other styles from other countries and trying to embrace that. So now I was trying to really find a certain niche or the type of people that are able to understand my type of art and the beauty of Africa. Because you know, when someone types Africa or Zimbabwe, you can see pictures of poverty, village, not represented really well in that beautified manner. So I really tried to put something that can be acceptable now to the community. So I would say that now it's a plus. It's a benefit actually to be doing this type of unique art. During this journey, just being recognized as part of women who are speaking messages through art to people, it has been something that I would say that it's a very, very big accomplishment to me, because it's not easy to be recognized in a world full of artists, especially now when you are trying to bring the art into photography, because building art with a photograph is different from drawing. Drawing, you are able to draw everything into the picture, but now photography, you are trying to build things with sets, real life things. So for me, being able to be recognized as someone who has been speaking a word through art or producing pictures with voices, it has been something else for me. So I have had some of my photographs exhibited in the National Art Gallery when we were doing some women's work, different projects about gender equity, period, menstrual health. So all these different projects we have been able to exhibit. And also on online galleries, I've been able to submit some of my works and they were really accepted. So as someone that has been traveling, so far I've been to Australia, New Zealand, France, Canada, United States. I have seen that galleries are so much embraced. They really embrace art. They embrace their different artists. An artist is actually respected and given honor. And also, even when you look at the prices and how they really treat the artistic industry, it's really, really different from Africa. And I really wish that as Africans we can also have that same mindset of really embracing art, knowing that, and also being able to interpret messages on a picture. Because I think that's where we lack. We don't usually put much effort when we see a photograph, when we see art. We don't really put much effort on it. But in other countries and continents, these people are really focused on art. They love art. They value art, actually. So for me, just looking at my vision, my big wish is to really show our Zimbabwean creativity outside Zimbabwe. I really want my work to speak outside Zimbabwe, just to make it international and for people to really see that, oh, there is really this culture, there is really the Tonga people, there is the Ndebele people, there is this type of people, and there is this type of beautiful lifestyle. And also, I would like to be a voice to people where people can just see a picture and it preaches a message to them. So my dream is to have artworks being displayed in different places, because now in Zimbabwe, for what I have seen, we have limited spaces where art is displayed. A lot of places is just in the gallery maybe, but we don't really have somewhere where they can just put an artistic billboard where people can really see art and introduce Zimbabwe in some different way. So to the young ladies out there, you know what? These industries, they say that they are male-dominated, but also as a lady, you can also dominate in them. Because looking at women, naturally, we are just creative people. Looking at even our outfits from way back or whatever that we were creating from way back, we are very crafty and we have been very crafty and creative. So imagine putting that into photography. We can dominate this industry. So I would say that, you know, like for me, if I was to really tell my story from the beginning, my parents were even a bit hesitant when I spoke about photography. But like, she was like, you want to be like that guy who is always moving with his bicycle, you know, doing some photographs out there. But no, I had to really fight through my dream and say, you know what, I'm going to do this. No matter how it is outside there, because you will meet a lot of men in that industry, and men have an ego, and it will be hard for them to accept you just to join them and to prove that you can do it as well. But you should just press on. At the end of the day, people will respect your work more than your gender.
I hope this episode has inspired you to walk out your own creative journey, whichever path you are taking as a creative. My name is Rugare Mtokwani, and I will see you in the next episode of iAfrica.
iAfrica searches for inspiration and innovation in all areas of popular culture, from fashion and design through to architecture, art, food, and travel. The focus is on outstanding individuals doing extraordinary things on the African continent. iAfrica presents creatives in their home nations, visiting renowned designers, musicians, architects who are leaving their mark on the young continent. From well-known brands through to ambitious startups, every week iAfrica seeks out the continent's best design and lifestyle innovations.